they could tell immediately they weren't talking to a politician.
Right.
They were talking to somebody that had done it. So we knew what made sense when you're making a decision of this magnitude. And from day one, when they were in the dining room right next to where I'm sitting, we had a good 2-hour meeting. They came to us, and all I was interested in is this going to be an honest discussion, not a bargaining ploy? And I just came out and said it, and they knew, I knew what we needed to do, and we made it easy. We moved at the speed of business from that first meeting, which would have been sometime before Christmas. And then when you got to get a legislature to come along, well, look what just happened in Illinois. I coordinated that with our legislature to get the bill passed the first time through, and to where they made a strong public statement at the same time they were interested in moving forward. So I wanted that to be done to show that it was moving in an honest way, honest brokers on both sides. Those are things you don't learn in government. You learn that kind of stuff in the private sector.
Okay, so we can talk about this stuff. When is shovel in the ground moment? Like, what are we talking about here?
So a lot of the due diligence has already been done. And in a real estate deal of this magnitude, we had to have the other entity, the city of Hammond, and Mayor McDermott has been as accommodating as the state government has. So we've gone through most of that. The critical point, I think, for the league and for the Bears was to get this decision happening, because it kind of closes the deal. And now the urgency of what needs to be done will be done on any big operation, big real estate deal. Make sure you dot your I's, cross your T's, do the due diligence, because we got plenty of time. I think their lease runs through 33, probably take a couple, 3 years to build it. So we got time to do it right, build it out properly, make sure we get all the surrounding economic development done well. And by the way, that's going to be easy in a state like Indiana, where our Economic Development Commission, I as a governor, a legislature that is going to be agile. I think they thought about what the process remaining was going to be like, what the next 50 years are going to be like. And I said all along, they'll come our way.
All right. I just 30 seconds. It's all projection. Obviously, the state of Illinois is going to lose some money. They would argue, Pritzker would argue, he's just not willing to take money and take it out of taxpayers' hands. But what kind of windfall could this be annually to the state of Indiana in about 30 seconds?
So it'll be a significant windfall. We do everything to where even when we craft the deal, it's long-term. There'll be ways for us to recoup the investment. Big issue, the marginal benefit of doing it in Chicago, especially, or in Illinois. There were just too many uncertainties.
Right.
The return on investment will be greater for us than it would have been for them.
Yeah. All right. It's still the Chicago Bears. And people are freaking out here. You're not changing the name, right?
No. I would be, that would be obtuse to think it would be the Hammond Bears. It's the Chicago Bears.
Back in 1921 or 22, it was the Hammond Pros, back when the NFL.
They were one of the first pro franchises. You're right.
Yeah. Mike, a pleasure. Mike Braun, congratulations on your success and your kind of ideology on how to run a state. A lot of people agree with it, and thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. I don't get a lot of governors on. Yeah, maybe Gavin Newsom will stop by Monday. We'll talk about the Dodgers payroll. I'm open for anything. Indiana is, its financial health is pretty strong. It's when I used to go to, when I was out in LA, I'd go to Salt Lake a lot, and I'd go skiing with my family, right? Take the kids skiing. And Utah's economy is, it's a more conservative state than California. Utah's economy's been on fire for a decade. So it is humming. J-Mac, you should, if you ever got off the beach with the gun show, go skiing with the family. Utah's got...
How many people? I went to Salt Lake. The downtown has like dozens of people down there. I mean, it's really tough to manage that. I did love how the politician from Indiana comes on, and he was great. You ask about shovel ready, and he just like speaks for like 90 seconds and says nothing.
Well,
come on, bro. Just tell me. 2 years? What do we do?
Well, it's construction. You don't know exactly. It's I
did like how he said they're going to keep the Chicago Bears.
Well,
so
of course.
That's good. Listen, Indiana is kind of popping, right? Caitlin Clark, Tyrese Halliburton, now Caleb Williams. That's kind of good.
You're seeing it with the Chiefs. You see it with the Jets and the Giants. You see it, with the 49ers. You see it with the Commanders. This is the reality. States have to compete. I had a friend, I won't give his name out. I'll protect him. He's been on this show before, who had dinner with the governor of Florida. And he's like,
Ron DeSantis?
Yeah, and he said, it is a battle. They are battling California and New York. And if you're going to go out and you're going to be the mayor of New York and you're going to poke Ken Griffin in the ribs, and go on your phone and do a shot and you got his company behind you mocking him.
Well, that was not the smartest move by your guy, Mamdani.
Not my guy.
He's definitely your guy.
Not my guy.
Him and Trump are going to be at Game 3, Knicks Spurs. I know you're fired up. You're into politics.
I just interviewed one governor. I'm not into politics. America's honesty broker has to, again, I'll take all governors if we've got an issue.
Yeah. Wow. Here. I mean, you're just a regular Joe Rogan, Anderson Cooper.
How about, Fox News has an opening. I better knock on some doors upstairs.
You try to get me your job. I mean, I
didn't get a handle on it. All right. Nick Herbig's new deal with the Steelers raises obvious questions about the future of T.J. Watt. Nick Herbig's new deal with the Steelers raises obvious questions about the future of T.J. Watt. Go get a first-round pick. T.J. Watt gets you a first-round pick. It's not that difficult. I mean, the Giants got a top 10 pick for Dexter Lawrence off-season. And T.J. Watt, I think, has more of a... Max Crosby, Ravens were going to give up 2 first-round picks for him. The Rams, or the Ravens, 2 first-round picks. I don't... This is so weird to me. The Rams and the Eagles are so good at moving off older players. The Steelers treat older players like that T-shirt you have that you refuse to give up. Your wife's like, it's got holes it looks terrible. Get a new T-shirt. You're like, I can't give it up. They are the worst poker players in the world. So right now, the Steelers have the second oldest and the most expensive defense. So their defense is second oldest and the most expensive. Nothing disqualifies you for a Super Bowl more than old and expensive defense. It's just crazy to me. The Seahawks defense last year, the Rams defense last year, the Patriots defense last year, the Eagles in their Super Bowl year. And a lot of young guys. And again, the market for T.J. Watt. The Browns got a first, second, a third, and Jared Verse for Myles Garrett. The Giants got a first for Dexter Lawrence. Jets got a first and second for defensive tackle Quinnen Williams. Cowboys got 2 first-round picks for Micah Parsons, who can't defend the run. The Pittsburgh Steelers. It's like, guys, evolve. Move off older players. Remember, Mike DeFabo was with us recently on just the inability to reboot with this organization.
Right after Mike Tomlin resigned, there were some questions about, could this be an opportunity to hit the reset button, to bring in a young, fresh coach and to retool the roster. You could trade T.J. Watt and try to get a haul from him. You could move on from some of these aging veterans on defense. You could see what you had in Will Howard. But the Steelers really have taken the exact opposite approach here. They instead signed a number of aging veterans to supplement the group that they already had. Jamel Dean, they traded for Michael Pittman Jr. They extended Cameron Hayward. So they are very much committed. And more than anything else, they waited on a 42-year-old quarterback.
It's just incredible. Just the opposite of how the Eagles and the Rams do business. Old teams get hurt more and are slower to recover. And expensive defenses take money away from offense. These are not highly confusing issues. Like T.J. Watt's been great. Go get a first-round pick. Go get a first and a fourth for him. You could absolutely get that. He's a tremendous player. And it's not his fault, but they're 0-6 in playoff games with T.J. Watt. So it's not magical. It's not really working. I mean, if the Browns can move off Myles Garrett, get Jared Verse and 3 great picks, you can get something for T.J. Watt. A lot of these Super Bowl teams that are just missing a great rush end. Is it crazy to think you could get a first, a second, I don't think it is for TJ Watt. If I was one of these, Denver doesn't need one. Rams don't need one. Chargers don't need one. Houston doesn't need one. Chicago needs one. Chicago needs one.
Bears fans, let me ask you something that should shake this whole fan base for a second. What if the biggest defensive dream Chicago could possibly chase is suddenly not completely off the table? Because when a name like TJ Watt starts getting mentioned in trade conversations, even in a speculative way, everything changes. We are not talking about a decent upgrade. We are not talking about another rotational piece. We are talking about one of the premier pass rushers of his era, a player who can change game plans, speed up quarterbacks, wreck protections, and completely alter the identity of a defense overnight. And that is why this topic hits so hard. Now, let's stay grounded. The article makes it clear that Colin Cowherd believes Pittsburgh should consider moving TJ Watt, especially after seeing Cleveland hit reset and trade Myles Garrett. His argument is simple. The Steelers have an old, expensive defense, and if they can get major value back, maybe it is time to evolve. But then the pushback comes immediately. Ian Rappaport says he does not expect the Steelers to move Watt this offseason. So right there, Bears fans, that is the truth of the situation. This is not close, not confirmed, not something I would present as likely today. But it is a powerful football conversation because once a name like TJ Watt enters the idea machine, every contender that needs pass rush should at least be imagined in the picture. And yes, Chicago absolutely fits that description. Because think about where the Bears are right now. Caleb Williams has changed the timeline of this franchise. Ben Johnson has changed the feel of the building. The offense has real upside, real creativity, real juice. But if there's one area where Bears fans still want more certainty, it is the pass rush. Montez Sweat is a real piece, no doubt. But if you're trying to go from exciting playoff team to serious Super Bowl threat, you need more than one guy offenses truly fear. TJ Watt would solve that problem in 1 second. Put him across from Montez Sweat, and suddenly the Bears are not just pressuring quarterbacks, they are hunting them. And that is the dream right there. Imagine the full picture. Caleb Williams leading a more explosive offense, Ben Johnson calling it aggressively, then on defense, TJ Watt screaming off one edge and Montez Sweat attacking from the other side. That changes what every opponent can do. That gives the Bears more short fields, more hurried throws, more strip sacks, more game-changing moments in the fourth quarter. And that is what elite pass rush really does. It doesn't just produce sacks, it changes the emotional balance of a football game. Now, would the cost be huge? Absolutely. If the Steelers ever opened that door, Chicago would not get TJ Watt for a discount. You're talking premium draft assets, serious money, and a move that screams all in. But let's be honest, that's exactly why fans love talking about it, because it would tell the entire NFL that the Bears are done thinking small. It would tell the league Chicago believes Caleb is ready, the window is opening, and this team is prepared to swing for a championship instead of just hoping development gets them there slowly. So no, I'm not going to sit here and tell you TJ Watt to Chicago is around the corner. That would be fake hype. But I will tell you this, if Pittsburgh ever changed its mind, the Bears should absolutely be one of the teams making that call. Because players like TJ Watt do not become available often, and when they do, the teams that are serious about winning big are supposed to at least explore the possibility. So now I want to hear from you, Bears fans. If the Steelers ever opened the door, would you pay the massive price to bring TJ Watt to Chicago and try to build a true Super Bowl defense, or would you keep the picks and trust the current front to grow? Drop your opinion in the comments, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and bear down, because if a move like this ever became real, the whole league would feel it.